This is our Model 16. It basically comes with a lid, a tea filter, a box of worms and bedding material, a manual how to put it together, 3 trays, the tea catch tray, and the base unit. To assemble this, you basically put the base down, insert the tea catch tray inside of it, take one of the 3 trays, set it aside, and then what you want to do is take the tea blanket or the tea blanket here, put that down so it's going to filter out any worms or bedding material from falling down. Then you're going to take the worms, pour it into here, level out the worm bedding and the material that you received, and then you have to get a newspaper. And it can be a piece of newspaper or a section of newspaper, and you're going to use it as a blanket to put on top of this bedding material. When you go to feed, you just lift up the corner, put the food waste underneath the blanket, put it back down. After that, you put the lid on it, and you're at a 1 tray stage of the Model 16. As this tray gets full, then you're going to want to take the blanket off, add a second tray, put the blanket on, and feed just like you did on the lower tray. As this one gets about 3/4 of the way full, then again, you're going to take the lid off, take the blanket out, put the 3rd tray on, put the blanket back on, which is just a newspaper, and they may eat through this, and you might have to put a different piece on there, but just make sure you have a blanket on top, and then put the lid on. After about 3 weeks, when you're on the 3rd tray, 90% of your worms are going to be in the top 2 trays where the food is, because you're always feeding your highest trays. At that point, you can set these down temporarily. Take this tray, which is filled with your castings, and it's going to go to your garden. Put these 2 back on here, so now you're at a 2 tray stage. Take this to your garden, your plants, your flowers, and pour it out. And when the top tray gets about 3/4 of the way full, you'll take the lid off, take the blanket off, put the tray back down, put the blanket on top of the worms, the lid back on, and continue that process. So you're just rotating your trays, taking the bottom with the castings out, put it in your garden, and applying it as your new top tray whenever you need it. That's as simple as it goes.